Ooh, I love the smell of new drone in the morning. So let's test this thing out, see what it does. Oh, and did I mention I'm going to be giving this away at the end of this video? Let's go. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Always appreciate it. It's really good to see you. So if this is your first time here, my name is Keith and this is Alien Drones. I do mostly technology, drone tech, photography, tips and tutorials, and industry news. That includes FAA stuff. So if that's something that's of interest to you, you might want to click that subscribe button. Not only that, but that's also going to be a requirement for winning this drone that we're going to go through and review right now. So make sure, if you're not already, make sure you do that. Get that out of the way. So this particular drone is a Holy Stone, as I mentioned, but it's an HS110G, so it's a newer model, has 1080p camera, and we're going to go through some of those specs in a little bit as well. But of course, one of the things that I find is the best is take the thing out and fly. Does it actually do what it's supposed to do? Does it work at all, or is it just horrible? Now, it just so happens I am in the same place that I did take out a drone that was not to GPS, which is my #1 characteristic I look for in a drone now. That bugger's got to have GPS so it can return to home. Previously, I was doing some of the smaller drones without GPS and it lost signal and away it went, and that is freaking scary. All right, so let's just start out with some of the characteristics that I look for in a drone. Now, as I mentioned, Holy Stone did send me this. First of all, this case is freaking awesome. Holy Stone, you had me at the packaging. It comes in this beautiful case. It's all fitted in here. That is really nice. If you spend a lot of money or even a little money on something and you like to take care of it like I do, you like that it comes in a case looking like this right from the manufacturer. That is #1. Awesome. So we're going to take this out of the case now. We're going to start it up and we're going to go take it for a fly. I'm going to give you a little heads up on some of the things I'm going to be looking for. I'll talk about them as I go. But we're going to, of course, look for our major things. We're going to look for control and stability. Does the thing actually work? Can you control it, or is it just flying randomly and running into things? Does it have a camera? Now again, this is personal for me. I want to have a camera. That's the way that I utilize this equipment. So does it have a camera, and is it good enough to do anything? Not only for pictures, but for video. Of course, the quality of the drone is important. Is it built well? Is it going to hold up? Does it have motors that are going to die in the third time you use it and there's no support? Of course, the build quality is crucial. So we're going to go through some of those items as well. And of course, lastly, is a price versus value. Now, this is not simply going to be price, because of course then you'd take the cheapest drone out there and you'd be a winner. Higher cost but higher quality, depending upon your needs, might work out for you. So we're going to do a value kind of a characteristic to see how this is in value. Does it work for the money that you're paying? So let's just get right into it. So you might want to hide your children, because these guys out here in the field dancing around, spinning in a circle. What's wrong with these drone people anyway? All right, and so we do have the drone connected here. And as I did mention, of course, the GPS is one of the most important things. So we're going to make sure that all that works, what kind of range we get in that. That is pretty darn stable, I have to say. So let's just run this out, see what it does. Yeah, that is not bad. Not bad at all. Let's check some video quality out as long as we're sitting here. Nice. Well, so far it's holding in there pretty well. I gotta say, it's not too bad at all. We're going to do the return to home in just a second because I'm not exactly sure if it'll come back to the same spot. That's one of the reasons I use this pad, just so I could verify it here. I'm going to just run around here. This is really, really nice. I'm really surprised. The manual adjustments on the camera itself. So everything's in auto, it's as good as it's going to do. But boy, that controllability is just dandy, I have to say. These are brushed motors, are not going to last very long. The app is pretty easy to use here. I mean, you can see that. The charging is pretty easy. You just plug it in, although I do have to mark down that you have to have the batteries inside of the drone for that to happen. And here we are returning to home. And now this is a low battery return to home, so let's just see how close it gets to the landing pad here. Believe it or not, it did actually come down pretty darn close to the pad. I mean, this is about maybe 2 feet off from where I took off. And if you know some of the more expensive drones, you know, some of the names we won't mention, but if you know some of the more expensive drones, this is actually not that bad considering that it was a return to home on a low battery. So the drone battery lasted about 8 minutes in the air, which is not too bad given a little bit of wind we have. The last thing we're going to talk about is the price value. Now this thing runs for like 120 bucks. Now, from what I just saw, the stability in the GPS, the video quality and the camera quality, the controllability of this thing, the return to home, it was rock solid. Even with a little wind, the flag is blowing here. It's a pretty darn solid drone for $120. It really is. So I think for the value category, Holy Stone has knocked this out of the park because I've used some drones that are 3 times that much and were nowhere near as controllable. I've crashed them into so many fences and trees in the ground and the dirt and lost them in the woods. I think they've done a pretty darn good job. So I think for the value, really, really a nice setup. Of course, the last thing to do is give this drone away. This is a really nice drone actually, so don't confuse me giving it away with it being a substandard drone. It actually did a pretty darn good job. It just isn't going to fit in my workflow, so I can give it one of you guys that can use it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So all you got to do, make sure you're a subscriber, of course, like this video, and then you must reply down in the comments about what you liked or didn't like about this drone. And that's it. I just want to reward you guys for being awesome viewers. I really do appreciate it. And good luck to all of you. In about 2 weeks, I'll pick the winner, and I will contact the winner via the comments below. I mean, this thing is, so don't get me, so